Hi, I am Osman. I am an energy healer with telepathic capabilities. I specialize in critical care recovery and terminal illnesses. I am also an advanced level yoga and meditation teacher. Please visit my website, yogawellness786.com, for more information on my services. Also, remember my therapies are all natural based and not a replacement for medical treatment. Can anyone become an energy healer? The answer to that question generally is yes. Anyone who wants to become an energy healer can become an energy healer, but you have to know that the requirements to become an energy healer requires a rigorous discipline where one needs to be disciplined in the practice of a certain yogic activities on a daily basis, like meditation, breath work, energy work, and yoga postures, right? So the main thing is the person who decides to become a healer will have to get initiated into an advanced level of spirituality, right? So he has to usually go to someone who's already a healer, and that healer will transfer his energy and remove many of the blockages and obstacles for that is present in every person, that prevents or dampens the awakening of the spiritual energy. And with each person, it is different. But I would say more than 90% of the people, the blockages can be removed in one session. And in 10% of the people, where they've had extreme trauma or took life very difficultly, and for whatever reason, or whatever condition, physiological or psychological conditions, it is very difficult or to varying degrees to remove the blockages. So the healer has to remove the blockages first, and it is usually done through some type of chakra unblocking. And in those 10% of the people, I've encountered some people that takes 2 or 3 days, some people that take 7 days to have the spirituality unblocked, some people that take like more than 20 days, right, to have the spiritual, the all the blockages removed. But all the blockages has to be removed, and the healer knows how and when it is in fact all completely removed. And the person who is being healed, especially by me, he also will know, because there are indications that everything is clear, and I normally advise them upfront what the indications are, and they actually report the indications to me, because I don't have clairvoyant or clairaudience capabilities. Not that I cannot have it, I decided not to allow it to manifest itself in me after experiencing it and disliking, those methods. I prefer just to, be able to do energy healing and teaching or initiating people into advanced level yoga and meditation, right? So yes, anyone can become an energy healer, and they just need to go to the right teacher. And also there are a lot of discipline practices thereafter. If you get initialized and you don't follow the instructions, of your teacher, of your daily required practices that he will teach you, then you will lose that ability, and you will not be able to heal people, after a very short time. And eventually, if after you've neglected for some length of period, maybe for a few years or so, then you will not be able to access it at all. You will need to be reinitialized. So I've had experience of someone who's been initialized by very powerful people, and it's like almost impossible that they might lose such initiation, because they did a very huge unblocking, and took them to a very high level, to a dangerously high level, which is not recommended. It's better to just plant the seed and let the person, grow his energy himself than to, activate a very large level of that dormant energy in the person. But that person lost everything, with time. Although they did intermittently try to practice, but they didn't do it on a daily basis, right? And there were months and sometimes weeks, sometimes a year or two when they went, dedicated, or the focus wasn't there, and the level of practice also was insufficient or inadequate, right? So typically, if you're an energy healer, you ideally need to at least, meditate minimum of 3 hours a day, and you have to also do breath work for a minimum of 30 minutes recommended, 3 hours a day, and also you need to do energy practice where you are yourself practicing the raising and the for releasing of the energy, making it go up and down along your spine through a special kriya practice on a daily basis for at least an hour, but recommended 2 hours a day. So this is 3 hours of meditation, 3 hours of breath work, 6 hours, right? Plus another 2 hours of energy work, 8 hours a day recommended, right? Can an energy healer get away with less? At least, let's say, if he's on an advanced level, yes, he can do an hour of meditation, an hour of energy work, and a half an hour of you know um, breath work. But also, there's some other rituals that you have to practice. So, in my circumstances, I am advanced, or I'm a master level energy healer with telepathic capabilities, and I'm spending I think 8 to 12 hours a day, right? On just practicing in order on a daily basis, in order that I can um, keep increasing my energy levels and be in preparedness, because anytime I can get a call that someone is critically ill in hospital, and I will be ready, to instantly or within seconds or minutes start sending the energy, because a person's life is at risk. They may die any minute, you cannot delay. Or they may go to a stage of illness that's beyond return, so I can't be in a state where I need some time to recover myself. I'll be able to do it in 6 hours time, or I've eaten too much and I'm unable to send the energy right now. I have to wait 2 or 3 hours before I can't be in that. I must be in a state of readiness all the time, because I can get a call anytime, right? And so that's how one has to be if you become an energy, or want to become an energy healer. If you decide to become an energy healer just for financial purposes, this is something that actually is very difficult um, for me to understand, because once the spirituality is awakened in you, your sense of ulterior motives and selfishness will start decreasing tremendously, right? And doing only for the, I mean, everyone needs money, they need, income, but there's better ways, much better ways of making money than going through energy healing. Because once you have to, another thing you have to understand, when you are transmitting energy to someone who's extremely ill, it depletes your energy greatly. So you also may use an act of connecting with a source of energy for yourself, so that you act as a medium for the energy, right? But still, it I've done everything. When I'm healing someone who's terminally ill, or is in ICU and doing a critical care recovery, the energy gets so heavily depleted in me, as well, irrespective of everything. It brings me near to the point of death, myself. So there's a risk to your life, in this type of activity. You have to be someone who has faith. You have to have a belief in a higher power, that is, and you must know how to connect with that. So be it to your belief in the universe, that's got your back, or there is some higher power that's created everything and overlooking, the welfare of everyone, or you are religious in a particular religion and you have full faith, 100% faith in, you know um, uh, uh, your God, or the aspect of God. You have 100% faith in that. This is something that is important as well, to become, to be an energy healer. So I hope that information helps you. But if someone wants to be an energy healer, it'll be a really a true and a special calling. And sometimes when you start practicing advanced yoga and meditation, and you reach a level of advancement that suddenly it comes upon you that you want to do this, and you notice that you can heal people, just by thought, by accident. You're just thinking, or you touched a person, or you just visited someone who's sick and they're starting to improve, and you started to feel that you want to do this more and more. So it is a calling upon you. It's a special calling and a special purpose, and it's a special gift, you know for you to be able to do this, because you are saving people's lives, right? And changing people's lives, right? So many people are in need of healers. There is a tremendous shortage of healers, and we need millions and millions and millions of healers, right? Hundreds of millions of healers we need. There's the greatest shortage in the world is in this field of spirituality, for people who have the gift to be able to, spiritually heal people. So I hope, that purpose is for you, and you find that calling, and reach out to people who want to teach, and they are, very qualified people who can teach you. And the learning period, if you want to learn it formally, will take, years to learn completely. You have to learn under your teacher, for a long period of time, or be connected with the teacher as well, because this there's a lot of things. It's a whole new world. That world, the energy healing world, or the energy world where you are accessing, is a far greater world, exponentially greater than all of creation that you see, right? Because it is, a higher level. And every time you go to one level higher, it's a bigger level, right? So I hope that information helps you, and take care of yourself always.